Let me tell you, I have been crying my eyes out today. Crying my eyes out. But it actually started yesterday. Y'all know I've been grieving the loss of Duke, even though I have my little break. But I've been grieving the loss of Duke, the dog that I have for 7 years. And I had, this little fella keeps me busy, so I pretty much been okay until I got this in the mail yesterday. This was from my vet and his staff. They sent me this card, all of them signing it, remembering Duke. And I just broke down. So, took a little time. Of course, this little fella, like I said, keeps me busy. But I had the, hush, I had the idea to watch this movie last night, but I was just I couldn't do it. So I decided to watch it today. Actually, there's two movies. The first one is A Dog's Purpose that came out in 2017, and the next one is A Dog's Journey that came out in 2019. Talking about movies that I couldn't see. I could When that movie came out, Dog's Purpose in 2017. I couldn't see it because my dog Bradley passed away in 2017, and even though that movie came out earlier, I couldn't do it. So this is the first time I've actually seen that movie since Bradley passed in 2017. So this it chronicles a journey of this puppy, this dog Bailey, who raises his boy Ethan and grows up with him, and then when he transitions, how he becomes basically reincarnates into several different dogs along the journey, ultimately showing signs that he's still Bailey. So I bawled because again it shows the time, with each dog, when the original Bailey passes, then he reincarnates in a different breed, sometimes a different size, sometimes a different sex. But there are signs that are showing that it's still that same dog. Well, the reason why I started bawling is because we got Bradley when my daughter was 9 years old. She was bawling because as the only child like Ethan, she didn't have anybody to play with. So I got her this dog, not really sure, what I was going to do because I'm allergic to dogs technically, but I found a dog that was hypoallergenic, which was a schnauzer. When I tell you Bradley was her brother, he protected her, even from me sometimes, because she did get a spanking. And then when I would have to spank her, Bradley would buck up like he wanted to fight too. I'm like, oh, you can get some too. But like in the movie, Bradley was my daughter's first responsibility. She walked him, fed him. He slept in the bed with her. When it would thunderstorm, like in the movie, he he would be her comfort. And sometimes after a while, when they got older, they were both sleeping in the bed with me. So when Bradley, so he grew up with her. And then, when she would go off to college, he would be my companion. But every time she would come home, he'd be right in the bed with his sister. So when he transitioned on Christmas Eve, 2017, I was there. My daughter and her fiance, now husband, was there. My mother, my sister, my nieces, nephews, everybody was there. And I swear that Bradley took care of me because he had had a stroke the week before. But he waited until the whole family got there for Christmas before he left because I believe he knew I wouldn't be able to handle it. And so when I shared that with my mom, because I was getting ready to move into the next house, and I told my mother, and she said, Bradley fulfilled his purpose because he helped you to raise Danielle. And once he felt he had fulfilled his purpose, he could go. And you will be starting a new chapter in your life because with this new home that you bought, you won't have memories of Bradley in that home because he was never there. Okay. So, and this is parallel to the movie in so many ways. So, Bradley passes away. My daughter says, Mom, you need to get another dog. Because we had him for 13 years. So I'm thinking I'm going to get me a dog that's small like Bradley, but I wanted to get a rescue this time. And so when I got Duke, when the lady contacted me to get Duke, I'm thinking, okay, he's small because the picture that she showed me. So I drove an hour and some change to go get this dog, and all of a sudden pops out this 45 to 50 pound hairy dog that sheds, that is complete opposite of Bradley. Bradley was a pure breed, you know. Duke was a mixture of love, had a black tongue like a chow, had stocky built like a pit bull, but carrying terrier, the rough hair, the long hair, it was crazy. But there were certain things he would do to let me know I believe that Bradley was there. Meaning, there's a picture I have of Duke literally in the laundry basket sleep. I swear Bradley would do that. I swear it. Bradley would do the same thing. In it, when I first, that's the reason I took the picture, because Bradley did that. And let me back it up. Bradley, in the movie, the dog later protects the granddaughter. That's second part of the movie. But Bradley never liked that person who put his hands on me. Never liked him. And Bradley, and that person's birthday was on Christmas Eve. Now, because, Bradley never liked him, I think he snipped at him, he ate his food, and, but he knew he better not touch Bradley because it was going to be a situation. How about Bradley passed away on Christmas Eve, the same day as that person's birthday? In my mind, I felt it was Bradley's way of saying F you to that person because he never liked him. So we got Duke. Duke is with me when I meet my husband, who's never been around animals, ever. My husband said that he didn't want to date anybody with children under 18 or animals, but he said it was something about me. So we build this life together. And my husband comes to love him. They come to have a love-hate relationship. But as in the movie, he recognizes that my husband is the leader of the pack. And you saw, there's a photo, there's a picture of my G-Baby, or a video of my G-Baby, the youngest G-Baby, playing with him. And he just sitting there let me show it to you. You see him sitting there so calm, and she pats him. And then she feels the texture of his hair just, start playing in it. But he was just so gentle with her. But as fate would have it, my granddaughter couldn't be around him a lot because she's really allergic to dogs. So over the past 9 months or so, I hadn't really seen my granddaughter or my daughter. But we reconnected. There's so many similarities in the movie. And the similarities in the movie is that at the time that Duke was getting ready to make his transition, Breaker comes in. And it's important because it's as if Duke knew that while he was alive, my baby girl couldn't come over here because she was allergic to him. But he made way for Breaker to come in. And Breaker is a dog, a puppy that he can grow up with my granddaughter. I swear Bradley's spirit is there. And I tell you one thing, when Duke passed away on June 2nd, June 2nd is my grandfather's birthday. And y'all know how I felt about my grandfather. And then also, Bradley, his middle name was after my grandfather. I know that's weird, but I did. His middle name was after my grandfather. And I just swear, this little dog, this little fella here, this is Bradley. And my daughter. I have been crying all day because I believe his spirit is here. And now I have a new puppy to raise, and he's stubborn and loving and an attention hog, just like Bradley. I know it's a lot. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Take that with you.